Aloha, 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 my loves. And mahalo. Mahalo means thank you. Thank you for your patience with these and for getting my podcast rebooted, which I'm super excited about. So make sure you guys are paying attention to all of my social medias, mainly my Instagram stories, for upcoming announcements on more fun coming your way. Like on April 12th, I will be at the Salt Cave in Port Jefferson. So there's still spots open. I will be officially announcing that. And I think it's almost halfway filled up already. So if you wanted to check that out, make sure you grab a ticket. You could call the Soul Cave, or I'll share the links in my social media as well. Okay, so I wish that I gave you a happy tip, right? While I was in Hawaii with the beautiful aesthetics, right? And just ignore kind of the angel wings behind me. These are not staying here. This is me judging myself. So I'm gonna choose love instead of judging myself right now. But this is actually a great segue. I want to talk to you about alignment, right? Through flow and ease. I'm going to give you a little pranayama breathing exercise. This way, you guys don't have to think about meditation as like this scary thing, right? Just think about it as taking time to slow down. And it's almost like, I don't want to say rewriting your mental state, but kind of, because you're rewriting a new story, right? That's playing in your mind. So when we take time to slow down and breathe in some beautiful prana, right? Life force energy, we allow space for the miracles, okay? And there is no order of difficulty in the creation of miracles, as A Course in Miracles teaches us. And that means that from something that seems maybe unrelated to spirituality or meditation, like your to-do list, actually, right? Because everybody says, well, I don't have time, I don't have time. But you taking time to watch this right now, right? To take a few deep breaths. Let's do that right now. Stop wherever you are. Let's take a deep inhale. Holding it at the top. Exhaling out through the mouth with a sigh if you can. Exhaling completely. Just taking another deep inhale. Holding it at the top. And sighing out any stress, any worries, any concerns. And another beautiful, beautiful, deep, restorative breath of that life force energy, taking it in on a cellular level, and exhale out any tension, any stress, anything that is no longer serving us. So, and if you closed your eyes for that, just come back in. And actually, we're going to go straight into the pranayama breathing exercise. So this is one I use often. And if you follow my work, right, and you sign up for my freebies, you may be familiar with this one already, but it's always good practice. And if it's not already a regular part of your practice, right, having a pranayama breathing technique, and if you have tried it and you enjoyed it, maybe make it an intention to maybe even just for tomorrow to work it into your schedule, okay? And so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take another deep inhale. And exhale, and I'm just setting intention for everybody who's listening into this happy tip whenever you watch or rewatch as many times as needed. Transcending time and space, calling in divine protection. If angels feel good for you, know that we all have a support system of beautiful energy, that the universe is literally scientifically proven to be in perfect order. So this moment, wherever you are right now, is exactly as it should be. And just calling this in to make sure that any negative or low vibes, right? Any irritation from your day is just gently transmuted to the highest vibrations of love and light with grace and ease, only and always for your highest and greatest good. So just making sure you're in a safe and beautiful space, just creating a beautiful sacred environment for us. Okay, and just take another beautiful inhale. Holding at the top again. Exhale out. So nice. And now this is the exercise. So you can do this one with your eyes closed or open. Right now, I'm going to keep mine shut just to stay tuned in. And of course, if you're listening to this on a live stream or on the podcast, just make sure if you're driving, right, that you keep your eyes open, okay? And stay alert, calling in the energy that each one of us needs in this particular moment in time, only for our highest and greatest good. And the breathing exercise that we're going to do is we're going to start by completely exhaling out first. This is a beautiful Ayurvedic pranayama breathing exercise. So we're going to exhale out right now powerfully. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Emptying out all that stagnant energy until you can't exhale anymore. And then when your lungs are completely empty, I want you to fill them up 3/4 of the way, okay? So taking in beautiful prana through your nose, filling your lungs up only 3/4 of the way. And we're just going to take 8 pulsating pumps of exhales out, okay? So it's going to be like this. Okay, so if you find yourself struggling to continue to exhale out after the 8th pulse, right? If you're at, or rather, if you can only do 5, push yourself to do the 6. If you think you can't do more, do 1 extra. Wherever that resistance is that you're meeting, just force yourself to exhale out a little bit more, because what this does is it's like a washing machine for our energetic body, right? And why that's important is because when we have a clean energetic body, right? And we can actually measure our energetic body, right? There's so many studies that can actually measure our aura. This isn't woo-woo. This is very real. And like I teach, there's so many different ways to strengthen the aura, and it's finding what works for you, okay? And I just think pranayama is beautiful, just like a beautiful exercise that can help so many people. And if you haven't already signed up for my free Manifesting and Meditation Made Easy mini series, you can go to nextlevelhappy.com and sign up for that. And if you already have that in your membership portal, or if you forgot your password, you can simply reset it. It's super easy, no excuses. It takes 2 seconds. Log in and you can access these beautiful, beautiful high-spirited solutions and tools whenever you need, okay? But always and always remembering that you have everything you need within yourself, right? That you know what's best. And the best guide for that is your intuition, right? And paying attention to what feels good for you, okay? So if I ever say anything, or if you're ever practicing something that doesn't feel good, I would advise you to not continue because it's all about keeping your energy in a state of love and grace, right? These higher vibrations at the same time, being grounded. So just feeling the earth or the seat beneath you right now, wherever you are, okay? Being open to the experience of this beautiful pranayama exercise. And we're going to begin again. So remember, we are fully exhaling out. We're going to breathe in only 3/4 of the way, okay? And then we're going to just pulsate those breaths out. This way, we are taking in more fresh prana and getting out more of that stagnant energy that's no longer serving us. Okay, so I'm going to just check the time right now, and we're just going to do this for about 45 seconds, not that long, or a minute rather. All right, let's do it. Empty it out and begin. Taking an inhale 3/4 of the way, filling your lungs with that beautiful prana, and exhaling completely through pulses. Filling up 3/4 of the way, and pulsating out for 8 pulses if you can. Doesn't matter how many times, as long as you're exhaling completely. Taking beautiful fresh prana in through your nose, 3/4 of the way, not filling your lungs completely, and pulsating out in strokes of 8. Taking a beautiful inhale through your nose, filling your lungs 3/4 of the way with that beautiful oxygen, and pulsating out for 8 strokes. Taking another deep inhale 3/4 of the way, filling your lungs, holding it, and pulsating out in 8 pulses. One more time, filling up your lungs 3/4 of the way, and pulsating out for 8 strokes. Okay. And just taking another deep, full cleansing breath, breathing in beautiful prana fully and completely. Filling your lungs up fully this time, expanding your belly on that inhale. And exhaling out, contracting your stomach in. So good. Once more. Maybe rolling your shoulders back, holding that breath, and exhaling. Feeling relief set in. Taking another beautiful inhale. And letting it all go. So good. Okay, great. So you can take that beautiful prana exercise with you, right? Whenever you need. You can even go to the bathroom at work, right? If things get a little too crazy, and just change your perspective, okay? Use your breath to calm your nervous system, right? There's so many benefits to this. You could look it up. There's so much research on it. And you can even bring in something you're grateful for, okay? So you can do that now, thinking of something you're grateful for. And the best mantra that you could ever practice is thank you. Thank you for another chance to choose happiness. Thank you for my free will that lets me choose love. I am willing to see love instead of this. So let that be your go-to, your little go-to mini practice whenever you need, for wherever you are. And now I'll share a little story with you. So I have lots of stories I want to share, but just to keep this brief, as brief as possible. The one I will share is not epic ones from Hawaii. It's an epic one that happened right here the other night. It was like almost 3 o'clock in the morning, and there was a really loud crash. Like it sounded like, when something shatters, just like, psh, and it was so loud that it woke me and my dog up. Dolce, she's laying down right now. But it woke up me and Dolce, and it was like, oh my God, what is that? And then my first thought was, okay, I'm safe. That must be the shower door. Like because I have glass sliding doors. So, and once it wasn't on correctly, And it was the only thing I could think of. I was like, all right, it was in the bathroom. So I didn't even get up to look at it. I just knew, I was like, all right, everything's okay. Like whatever broke, I'm not going to sweat it. And normally like the old me wouldn't have that mentality, right? I probably would have like freaked out, whatever. So the next morning I'm like, all right, let's scope this out. So glad thank you for giving me, right, a beautiful night's sleep. And so I go to look at what happened in the shower glass doors, you know, are totally fine, thank God. And there's nothing shattered on the ground, but I realized one of the mirror cabinets in the bathroom right above the sink had completely fallen off. Don't know how, but it completely fell off. It was completely unhinged, and that was the crazy loud crash, right? That fell down. So I just want to talk to you about perspective and mindset with this example, and how important our belief system is in creating our reality, not only for the future in the long term, but in the everyday. So, you know, there's nothing wrong. Like, actually, there's only something wrong in being superstitious if it's a negative belief. Like, why would you ever want to believe something negative? So I encourage you that if you have any rules that you made or beliefs that you've acquired over time in your head about when something in life happens, that means something negative, erase that shit if it doesn't feel good for you. And I feel like I've overlooked how miraculous it is, right? Just the simple mindset shift. And you guys, that is the miracle. So A Course in Miracles teaches us that the miracle is actually the shift in perception, because through that willingness, you allow the miracle in, okay? And from that space of allowing the miracle in, of forgiveness, and it is a miracle, because if you felt this before, right, or if you think it's not possible for you to feel a different way about a situation, or to have a new perspective, I promise you, be willing to be willing. Be willing to be willing and call in that miracle, because you will get it if you genuinely want it. If you're genuinely asking from a good place and you genuinely want it, you will get it. Oh yeah, I never finished telling you about the angel wings. Well, it's because we have to take action from alignment. I'll come back to that if it's important. And I remember we always only want to take action from alignment. But back to the belief system. So the first thing I thought when I saw the mirror was, the old me probably would have been like, oh my God, why did this fall off? Now I have to fix it, whatever. And it was like, oh no, right into gratitude, right? Because perspective is everything. So right into, oh my gosh, well, thank goodness this didn't shatter into a million pieces, right? Because that'd been a real bitch to clean up. So thank you, God, literally, that it didn't shatter into a million pieces. Thank you that this can easily be fixed, right? And replaced. Thank you that I wasn't in here when it happened, that my dog wasn't in here when it happened. Thank God this did happen at like going on 3 o'clock in the morning when no one was in the bathroom, right? Because that would have been scary, or it seemed like, you know, when something's out of control. And so remember that we have control through knowing our higher power is always in control. And one of those old stories I've had to overcome, right, is really knowing and trusting that the universe really does have our back, right? So for me, every story and experience through life had told me negative things, right? To not trust in the unknown, to not trust a higher power. And I had to learn a different way. So if you don't believe that I believe, because I had no other choice but to freaking bank on this shit working. It was this has to work or death, like literally. So if you're not at that point, like a crucible moment in your life yet, give affirmations a try. Be willing to be willing, because it will change your entire life. And it really, 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 really does work. It's crazy. I cannot even believe I lived for so long without this. So the miracle is the shift in mindset. And so I went into gratitude, and I was so glad that the mirror broke into like, it was like sacred geometry. It broke into 3 like even triangles. I don't even know how that's possible, but it didn't shatter. So I was like, okay, thank you. This isn't a big deal. Like, that's fine. Okay. And then the next thing I thought was, right, and this is how fear and ego work. So a fear and ego thought will not feel good. So a fear and ego thought would be a thought popping in, an old belief, an old rule, that if a mirror breaks, you get 7 years bad luck. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. So I was like, who would have even have wanted that to be a thing? Like, that's such a silly thing. Nope. And I was like, cancel, clear, delete. So if you ever have a belief or a thought that doesn't feel good, I encourage you to say cancel, clear, delete. Okay? Cancel, clear, delete. Push it out and then affirm what you want it to be. So the gratitude, I was like, oh, I'm so grateful. I know that my belief system and my mindset creates my reality. I'm so grateful. I know this is the universe hooking me up. I'm so grateful. I know that I can decide that this means a whole lot of epic shit's about to happen for me. Guess what, you guys? Right after I decided that, a whole lot of epic shit started happening to me. Really though. This is my fake microphone, I guess. Really though. So I'm singing into a microphone if you're listening on the podcast. So I am just so passionate about making sure you know that it is whatever you believe and whatever you decide and your feelings and emotions about these different things in life that's going to determine your next thoughts. And then those thoughts are going to determine your emotions, right? And those emotions and those thoughts are going to probably determine your action on something. And those actions and those decisions that you make is what's going to determine your life. So you create your future. You can choose happiness every day. It is a choice. It is a choice to be a good person. It is a choice to not live in fear of the unknown and decide that maybe there is a universe that is scientifically proven to be in perfect order, a universe that has all of these laws, many more laws than just the law of attraction and the law of least effort, right? That want to help you, that are hooking you up with whatever you want. And the only thing you got to do is be willing to change whatever limiting beliefs you've developed or acquired. So I hope you receive something super beneficial from this, maybe multiple, whatever it is that you need. And also, I'll do a whole other happy tip on this, but if there's any toxic people in your life, right? Or if you're like, I know my mindset, but what about this person or that person, right? It's just about learning boundaries and sending light and love. And it really works, literally. You just say, I'm willing to see this differently. I'm willing to see love instead of this. Call on your higher power, your higher self, your divine I am, right? Your whatever it is, universe, angels, whatever feels good for you. And just say, I'm willing to see this differently. Send whoever's around you light and love. And then if you're not happy, right, as soon as you can, remove yourself from the situation, right? If it's a colleague at work, the law of least effort teaches us not to argue or defend your point of view, right? Because it's literally a waste of energy. Because when we lean into acceptance, right, we allow, and you can check out, there's a whole podcast episode on that, on the law of least effort, called Let It Fucking Flow, I believe it's called. So check that out and let it flow. And I could do another happy tip just on that. But I hope you enjoyed this beautiful breathing pranayama exercise. And I hope that you took something away from the example of the mirror, because you create your future. You create your life. Happiness is a choice. Life is not happening to you. And if you're like, well, that's BS, then why'd all these bad things happen? Honey, have you read my story on my website? That was me. And turns out all that shit is soul plans. It's for our highest and greatest good. And I'm being given the quote, and I'll end on this, which I love, which is, It's a quote from The Little Soul in the Sun, and God replies back to somebody who's asking for a prayer. Well, the little soul in the question, rather, and he says, "I have sent you nothing but angels. I have sent you nothing but angels." When asking about why this person who is supposed to be one of their soulmates, right, from their soul cluster, right, did something mean to them and they had to forgive them, right? And it's, remember, I've sent you nothing but angels, meaning that the people who maybe piss you off or the things that happen that don't feel so good, they are our greatest teachers. I'm going to cry. They are our greatest lessons. And even if you cannot even be open to seeing how a situation could anyhow be beneficial for you, that's okay. That's okay. But be willing to be willing. All right. Be willing to be willing and be open to the idea that your higher power has sent you nothing but angels. That everything in life that has ever happened to you or will is always and only for your highest and greatest good. Okay. Aloha, my loves. Aloha from New York, because aloha everywhere. All the love. Okay. All the high vibes. Bye, guys.